Okay, Seeking Sister Wife, Season 4, Episode 2, the Epps Family Review. So, the Epps family, this is a new family introduced this season, and they are living in Orlando. We have Marcus, the husband, we have Taryn, the legal wife, and then we have India, his fiance. I don't understand why she's being called a fiance. Do you plan on legally marrying her? Because the term fiance to me means someone who you are engaged to be married to. So, are y'all gonna have like an informal marriage, like a little fake marriage ceremony, or is she just gonna be a forever fiance? What's going on? So they have been living a polygamous lifestyle for the last 2 years, and so far it is going great for everybody. Marcus and Taryn, who are legally married, they actually met in college. Now, Marcus tells us that when he met Taryn, at the time he was actually casually having a sexual relationship with somebody else, a very casual relationship, and he was in this girl's dorm room or apartment or bedroom or something, and he noticed a picture of Taryn because I guess she was friends with the girl that he was having a casual relationship with. I don't know. And so he sees this picture of Taryn in this girl's room, and when he saw her, he was like, "Oh, I gotta have her." He instantly was like, drawn to her. So he sought her out. He found her, put his Mac on her. They started dating, so on and so forth. And I guess they ended up getting. Oh, no, 5 months later, after they met, 5 months later, this is what they said on the show. Taryn gave him her virginity with a side of fries. Like, what does that mean? Gave him her virginity, like on a silver platter, two sides and a drink. I don't know. So Marcus is actually an elected official in the town or in the city of Euclid, Ohio. Him and his family actually are residents or live in, or his family lives in Florida, but he has to bounce back and forth between Ohio and Florida because he's an elected official there. I was like, wow, that's amazing that an elected official, the people voted in someone who was in a polygamous relationship. So he does say that, he did get a lot of criticism for his lifestyle, and, but he handled it all in stride. And I think it was India that said that people have a very they have like a very wrong perception or conception of polygamous lifestyle. She said that it's not about orgies and, it's not based on sex or focused on sex. This is like a family. We're trying to raise children. This is a family like any other traditional marriage, like any other traditional home, except that you have a few extra people. Now, Marcus and Taryn, when they had been married for about 11 or 12 years, Marcus ended up cheating on Taryn with multiple women. Marcus said that he was not allowed to be juggling 5 to 10 women in his marriage. Yeah, obviously not, because you're married. And he took advantage of Taryn being so laid back and really, I guess she really wasn't making a big deal about it, or I don't know. That part was so confusing to me. So they had been married 11 to 12 years. She finds out that he's been cheating on her with multiple women, 10 to 15, I guess, or 5 to 10 women. And she wasn't really saying anything, or she wasn't really trying to like stop him. And because she wasn't being combative about it, or she wasn't bringing it up, or she wasn't telling him to stop, he just kept on doing it. And I guess as he just got really lazy with it, he got really free with it, very liberal with it. She finally, I guess, had to confront him about it and be like, "Hey, I know you got to do your thing, but this is getting ridiculous and out of hand." So she ended up leaving him. So it did bother her. It wasn't like she was really cool with it. She did leave him. So she took their daughter and she left him and she was gone. And when she was gone out of the home, he moved on with his life. He started seeing other people. He eventually met, well, he didn't start seeing, he had been seeing other people, but he meets India, and him and India kick it off really well, and then they become engaged while he's still legally married to Taryn. They become engaged. Well, then Taryn comes back into the picture. So Taryn and Marcus start talking again. I guess they have discussions about possibly reconciling. And Marcus has to tell her that, look, I've met someone else and I'm engaged to her. And Taryn really didn't like that. She wasn't having that at all. She didn't want to accept that at all. And so then Marcus tells India, my wife is back in the picture and I kind of want to work things out with her, but I also want to be with you. So somehow he does the whole Jedi mind trick on these women and he convinces them that, hey, instead of me having to pick one or the other, why don't we just all get along? Why don't we just all stick together and try polygamy where we all live in one home and both of you will be my wives and we'll just be one big happy family. So I don't know what this little fun sized man told these women, how he convinced these strong, independent black women to go ahead and share him, but he told him something. He did something and it worked. So the women agreed to live a polygamous lifestyle. And Taryn says, the wife, the actual wife, she says that when she finally did get to meet India, she actually liked her and they got along really great. And now, she sees India as like a really good friend of hers, I guess like a sister wife, and they get along great. And it's one big happy family. So as far as, the intimacy that he shares with his wives, they alternate nights. They don't sleep all in one bedroom or in one bed. He alternates between the two of them. Now, Taryn and Marcus have one daughter together, Kylan, who is 9. Marcus has a son from another relationship. I'm like, that's all? With all those women that you were juggling while you were married to Taryn and living with Taryn, and you're juggling 5 to 10 women, all you came out of that was just one other child? Okay, that's amazing. But he has one other child, Tristan, who is 15 years old, and Tristan lives with them. Now, Tristan has a best friend named Jabraylin, who they call JB, who is 16 years old. This is Tristan's best friend, but he also lives with them. So, they're used to this whole big family dynamic. Now, Marcus announces to his children that he's going to be going out on a date with a woman named Bina, who is I guess a potential. Now, Bina herself lives in North Carolina. She has a 5-year-old son, and Marcus and Bina met 12 to 13 years prior. She actually reached out to them wanting to be part of their plural family. It wasn't them seeking a third wife. It was her reaching out to them. So Taryn tells the kids that Marcus is also dating other people as well. And how do they all feel about that? And the kids are like, hey, we're all for it. I think Tristan, the oldest boy, was like, yeah, I mean, we're used to all of this. We're used to living in a crowded home. So it's no big deal. It can't get any more crowded than what it already is. So the kids are all for it. And so, yeah, so I'm not understanding if like Bina is the only potential or if he's kind of shopping around. This is just amazing to me because I'm like, wow, you have this whole entire family. Now you're trying to bring in more. Like, where do you find the time to have quality relationships with everybody? Like, to cultivate and grow quality relationships with everybody when you're like, not just dealing with your 2 main wives, but you have a third potential. Then you have other potentials floating around. Like, and you're an elected official. Like, Marcus, man. This little fun-sized man is like running on some extreme batteries because he has a lot of energy. So yeah, that is the review for. And another thing that I got to add, it was funny to me when India, the fiance, said that when she met Marcus, she was attracted to him and all, and she said that. She's already attracted to short men, so he already fit the criteria. She really doesn't like tall men. I was like, oh yeah, he definitely fits the criteria. He is definitely a short man. He is a short little fun-sized guy. And he's got these 2 absolutely beautiful women in his life. 3, because Bina is also a looker. And I'm just like, wow, what is his secret? What's his secret? Is it like the confidence that, shorter men have about themselves? What is his secret? Because there are tall, good looking, well-to-do, handsome men who don't have as much game, who don't have 1/8 of the game that Marcus has, to corral all of these women and put them all under one roof. And they're all happy about it on top of that. That's the cherry on top. They're all happy about it. That's just incredible to me. So this is going to be a very fun family to watch. This is just like the introduction of them. So there is no like meat and potatoes yet with them. It's just an intro, but that is my review of the Epps family. If you like this content, on your way out, don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, subscribe. If you don't worry about it. But thank you so much for stopping by anyway, and I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.